I'm going to start with this video reading this headline. Corona BS Australian News. 21 hospital staff diagnosed with BS-19, but 238 new Victorian cases, a sign of some stabilisation thanks to a lockdown, says CHO. Well, there it is. Think about it. 21 hospital staff diagnosed with BS-19. How can that possibly be? Hospital staff wear masks. So what we're saying here, if the hospital staff wearing masks are coming down with this bullshit virus, well, the masks aren't doing anything. And that's proof. And the hospital staff wearing masks are going to be the proper ones, not like any shit that you and I can strap on when we go out. These are proper masks, and they're going to be wearing them virtually the whole time, and yet they are being diagnosed with BS-19. So there it is. Get rid of your masks. They are useless, and this proves it. This proves it 100%. If hospital staff wearing masks are becoming diagnosed with BS-19, they're useless. Now I'm going to explain to you exactly what's happening here in Melbourne. You can read it like a book. You can read this shit like a book, but I'm just going to play this pathetic moron, Stephen No Dick, and I'll just go through this.
We begin this hour with health authorities trying to regain control of the spiralling COVID-19 outbreaks in 2 states. In Victoria, there are new fears for the elderly, with up to 80 cases now linked to nursing homes. While
I'm going to explain exactly about the cases in the nursing homes. And he's talking about spiralling cases. I'll make this in another video. New South Wales, like 10 cases in Crossroads. I'll get to that. Spiraling, 10 cases.
the border, New South Wales is coming down hard with new restrictions on pubs as a Sydney cluster continues to spread. Christina Hearn leads our coverage from Menarok Life in Essendon, which is now the site of the biggest aged care outbreak in Victoria. Chris, how are staff there responding?
Carl, this morning here at Menarok Life, we have seen staff in the foyer in full PPE. So that is face shields, masks, gowns and gloves. This, of course, is all part of trying to desperately stop the spread, because here at this facility, 14 residents and 17 staff have tested positive to COVID-19. All up, there are 24 current COVID outbreaks across aged care facilities in...
I'll just stop it there. Gee, that's where I live. I drove past there yesterday. Might do it again, see what's going on there.
Victoria, so there are real concerns that we are on the cusp of a major health...
All right, so we got 44, 46, 59 cases. All right, I'll explain in a minute.
Emergency. As such, a special ward has been established at the Royal Melbourne Hospital, and all aged care staff working in Greater Melbourne and the Mitchell Shire have now been ordered to wear masks when they are at work. It comes as Richmond star Basher Hawley reveals that his mother is in ICU.
This guy is a sellout.
COVID-19, and he has used the opportunity to urge all Melburnians, including those in the Muslim community, to be tested.
That's just sellout.
I urge you, for the sake of Allah,
yeah, do this for the government, Basher.
If you are showing any forms of symptoms, if you're not showing any symptoms, please do your bit.
He's either a sellout or he's just fucking stupid. Yeah, I'll get to the nursing homes, but I just want to show you another thing here. Hang on. Check this out here.
They were hoping for. It's a week today since we went back into stage 3 restrictions, much tighter in terms of moving around metropolitan Melbourne and Mitchell Shire. Sadly, we now have 3 people who passed away in the past 24 hours as a result of COVID. 2 people in their 80s, and this morning we learned of a woman in their 90s. So very
2 people in their 80s and 1 in their 90s.
Very sad for their families.
Yeah, very sad for the families. What about the other 400 people that died in Australia from cancer, tuberculosis, heart attacks? Oh, don't worry about them. But now I am going to explain how this shit is unfolding. All right, let's go to the Department of Health side. 111 deaths. It's gone up from 102 about 6-7 weeks ago. It's going up every day by 1. here, ICU, 28. That was 2 just over a week ago. Hospitalised, 111. That was under 10 just over a week or 2 ago. This chart here is how it's all played out. This is exactly what's going on in Victoria. The initial supposed first wave, okay? It's all fudged figures. Don't even worry about whether these cases or positive tests or whatever are real. It's just made up bullshit. They just fudge the figures to suit themselves. So they've got this, yeah, lockdown. Lockdown's working, fantastic lockdown. How good is the lockdown? Everyone believes in it, flattening the curve. Oh, then we go here. But don't get too complacent. Second wave is coming. Second wave is coming. Second wave is coming. Really? Second wave is coming. Second wave is here. Victoria, out of nowhere, the second wave, because they've been telling us this. This is the second wave. It's going to be worse than the initial wave. So that's what's happening. The second wave is here, all based on Victoria, the guinea pig state. But where I mentioned before, now, the way they're doing it, I just mentioned a few things before. The aged care. The aged care. They are taking people out of aged care. They could have done this any time, but they scripted it to do it this time here, to use it for the second wave. They're taking people out of aged care and putting them into hospitals. That is this. Aged care people. They are taking them out and putting them in hospitals and putting them in ICU on ventilators. You get me? These people here are all from aged care. They could have done that here. They could have done that here. They could have done that here, anywhere. All these people in aged care, who have probably been in aged care for months and months, or even years, they all have coronavirus. You understand that? They all have coronavirus in it. We all have coronavirus. But the aged have higher levels of it because of weaker immune systems, underlying health conditions. So that's perfect timing. Get these aged care. That's why the numbers are going up. That's why the cases are going up. They have used the aged care, and they'll use the aged care deaths. You know, these people here, they'll be put on ventilators. Guarantee that'll kill them. Guaranteed most of these 28 will die, not just from old age or underlying health conditions, but the ventilators, they're going to kill them. People, relatives, they won't be allowed to visit these people, and like most of them, they'll die alone, and they'll notify the family, say, oh, sorry, they didn't make it, COVID got them, and the people will accept it, just like probably Basher Hooley. Honestly, he must be stupid, and he's falling for the bullshit. They're telling him, oh, his mother's got COVID-19 and she's in one of these 28. So she'll probably die, and, you know, the whole football world will be, you know, moaning and shattered and all this shit. And, you know, and that'll convince so many more people that this bullshit COVID-19 is real. So that's how it's working. You're going to see these people. They are using the old age people. Like I said, they could have used it anywhere here. Guarantee all these people that have tested positive here and in hospital would have tested positive here if they wanted to. They just fudged the numbers to suit themselves, to make this second wave, to stretch this along till we get the vaccine. It's all about stretching this to get the vaccine. You understand? That's what it's all about. That is the main agenda. So there it is. Don't think all of a sudden, oh, all these people going to hospital, all these intensive care. It's just all of a sudden happened that the bugs arrived in Victoria. And here it is, Victoria. It's going to spread Australia-wide, guaranteed. Guaranteed. It has to, because it's an Australia thing. It's not going to be just a Victorian thing, because people will leave in Victoria like in droves. That's one thing I sure want to do. Look at this, 0 in Northern Territory. But anyway, that's it. They are using the elderly. They've used the elderly here. Once again, they've used it here because it's all about the elderly with underlying health conditions that are dying with coronavirus, not from coronavirus.